Welcome to Brand Snack, where we take a 10-minute break, munch on our favorite snack, while we have bite-sized discussions with brands people crave and love.
Hey guys, in today's Brand Snack, we made it all the way to Troy, Michigan, to Goldfish Swim School, America's leading swim school franchise, where they teach kids ages 4 months old all the way to 12 years of age. And what they're doing is amazing. As you can see, it's a really branded experience over here. And we're gonna be interviewing Jenny McCuiston. She is the original creator of the Goldfish brand, and she's gonna unpack the story and tell us how it all started. Come on.
All right, so here we are with Jenny McCuiston, the original creator of Goldfish Swim School. I'm so honored. This is gonna be an amazing story. You know, we've been doing some work with you guys, doing a wide range of different videos. But what always intrigued me was this beautiful logo and the brand that you guys created. So I'm so excited to hear how it all got started and what we were thinking when coming up with such an amazing concept.
Thank you. We're excited. Thank you for having me.
So the first thing I like to do before, as you all know, here at Brand Snack, we like to have our favorite snack. And so I want to ask you, Jenny, what is your favorite snack growing up?
All right. So my favorite snack growing up is the salty and sweet trail mix.
Yeah, and savory.
Yes, a little of both.
Okay.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds, of variety.
Yes, yes.
Blur.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's all about like the salty with, sometimes it's peanuts or maybe almonds.
So today we're going to have some trail mix and we're going to munch on this wonderful snack and talk about how Goldfish evolved. Now, one of the things I like to do is, with trail mix, I like to compare it to the brand itself. As you know, the brand is basically an extension of a lot of different things. There's a package that comes with the brand, right?
Right.
And so when you look at you taste your favorite snack, what about the snack itself, the elements, the characteristics that keep you craving more? Obviously, sweet and savory.
Yes, yes. I go for the almond first usually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So typically after I have something salty, I want something sweet,
Are you like process oriented?
Not as much as my husband, Chris.
Okay.
I'm kind of like go with the flow. So, you get what you don't know what you're going to get. You could get a peanut, you could get a raisin, you could get an M&M.
But you typically go for the almond first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you have to finish on sweet. So I have a major sweet tooth. So when you asked my favorite snack, I was thinking of a lot of things. But this has the best, I think, of all of it. And, the salty.
I agree.
Nice.
It's not a boring snack,
Right.
Some people think of it as maybe boring. I don't know. What do you guys think about trail mix? Is it a conservative snack? Obviously, it's nutritious. So if you're into health and wellness, this could be a wonderful snack for you. Mm-hmm. But what does it remind you of?
It actually reminded me of the days that I was swimming because I feel like we were always grabbing for snacks on the go. And at a meet, you had to pack things in your bag. And so it was like something that our coaches would always say, eat something healthy that has a little bit of sugar, a little bit of carbs, protein, so it kind of has it all.
It does have it all. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your background, because I know that had a big role in developing Goldfish Swim School.
Yeah, so I was a competitive swimmer growing up, but I learned to swim at a very young age, but it wasn't the most pleasant experience. It was kind of a dark, dungeony pool.
Really? Okay.
My teacher was not very friendly. She actually told my mom that I would never end up being a good swimmer and that I wasn't strong in the water. And so
That's
all
terrible.
the opposites of, what we try to do here. But it motivated. I mean, I'm thankful for the experience because it motivated me to do something different when we teach kids how to swim. And so, but I just missed the swimming part of it. I missed the water and working with the kids. And so I ended up coaching at a summer club. And I had a waiting list. Like every day, kids were wanting lessons, parents were wanting lessons. And I'm like, there's a real need for this in our area. And so I had heard of a swim school from a girl I knew back in college. And so I convinced my husband, Chris, to just investigate it with me at least.
Now, what were you finding about the schools that was missing?
There wasn't that fun factor. And that's what I think I was missing when I was a kid learning how to swim. It was just dark. There was nothing fun on the walls. It was cold in the water. And, so we were looking to do something different and make it kid friendly. And I think that was my child development background, that I knew a little bit about that and what makes kids learn and want to enjoy something. They want to come and, be there as much as they can and have the parents want to be there too.
I don't know if you know this, but my nephew goes to Goldfish Swim School.
Oh, really?
And it is amazing what you created, because when you go in as a kid, it's like this wonderful tropical oasis and they don't know what they got themselves into. It's just like full of color and it's very stimulating. It's really remarkable what you created. I don't know, has anybody here, gone out to a Goldfish Swim School in your area? There's so many now, right? How many do you have? It's like
168. I mean, it changes by the day.
it does, but that's wonderful, right? You know, I hear it all the time. You're teaching 10 million lessons in a given year. That's major impact.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And we know we're doing something that's worthwhile. We know we're saving lives and we're teaching kids these life-saving skills that they can take with them forever.
One of the things that I like about your brand is that you layered on an entertainment factor, right? Some people call it the wow factor. As a brand element, let's describe it. Let's dig a little deeper. It's entertainment. Tell us how it all evolved.
Chris and I remember we were like sitting on a plane and going over every animal we could think of that hadn't been used in some sort of swim lesson or level. And we were like, nobody uses goldfish. I mean, it's not an ocean animal necessarily, but why not use a goldfish? Every kid loves a goldfish. And so that's how it sort of evolved. And we just came up with this simple logo that said Goldfish Swim School with the
Sometimes simple is better, right?
Exactly.
But what you build on with this, it's a great foundation. Let's pull up the logo and let's have a quick look and see what we have here. So tell us what we're seeing here.
Like you said, simple is better sometimes. And so we just did a simple goldfish and swim school underneath to make people know that it's because I think there's a difference between just a generic swim lesson and a swim school that we really have thought out the curriculum and we have dialed it in. So, and then we have Bubbles because he's swimming, and that's really it.
So I'm going to tell you what I see, okay? Because this is what I do here at Brand Snack. So as we look at the logo, I'm seeing that goldfish, the fish itself is on top of the water. So it's in a safe place, right? So that's a big part of your brand, right? Like being safer in and around the water, right? So it's on top, it's kind of floating. Yeah. Right? That's what I see. Yeah. And I see bubbles. Yeah. So I want to talk about bubbles because it's part of your logo. Was that always there?
The bubbles were always there. But, as the brand evolved, we started thinking we need a mascot. And, kids love a mascot. And what if we had something fun that could come to classes and come to birthday parties and represent what we're about in celebration? And so we created Bubbles, the mascot. And so he's a big goldfish and he's awesome. He represents just fun. And so he comes to parties, we host birthday parties, and he shows up at lessons. But we came up with the name Bubbles by letting our customers vote on the name. And so it's really it means a lot to them too.
That's amazing because when you're looking at it, you see bubbles in the logo. And I don't know if that was intent. It sounds like it wasn't intent. It just kind of happened.
And yeah, it just happened.
My nephew loves bubbles. And I think when he goes to Goldfish Swim School, he doesn't know where he's going. He just knows he's going to go see bubbles. As your brand evolves, ultimately, you get more sophisticated with how you tell your story, right? And it's not the same as when you started initially. So now tell me some of the iconic elements that are building on this brand story. In addition to Bubbles, what's going on? Some new characters are coming in?
Yes. Bubbles has friends now. So we've got Bubbles here, who is our iconic character, like you said. And he loves the water. He loves swimming. It's his favorite thing to do. No fears. He just jumps right in. And so he kind of represents the fun of what we do. But not every kid feels like that when they first show up to some lessons. And a lot of times growing up, parents are like, stay away from the water, be safe. It's kind of thought of as a scary thing. And so we have some barriers to break when they come in. And so we try and work through those emotions. We have JIT, kind of representing jitters, like when you get a little jittery and you could show up to something new and they don't know the teacher and they don't know the kids in their class. So we have little books like that. We have a bath book and a board book that really talk about these characters and teach them that these emotions are normal and okay.
This is amazing. Can I just want to quickly share this with everybody here. This is like a floaty book.
Yeah. Chew on it in the bath.
I know.
My kids.
What I like about it is you're introducing the characters. And that's an important part of storytelling. You can't just jump into the story, especially when you have kids involved. Well, who are the characters? Get them familiar with who they are, what they represent. Some people may think you hired an agency, a creative agency, to come up with these characters, but you did not do that. Tell me about that process.
Yeah, we have some really amazing brand ambassadors. And so we work with a pediatrician and we also worked with a neuropsychologist that really could identify the emotions that kids feel and even the parents. I mean, there's some insecurities or nervousness when the parents get in or maybe don't know how to swim themselves and are giving their child to an adult that they don't know to teach them how to swim. And so there's a lot of emotions that can surround swimming. And so we wanted to identify those and just make kids feel comfortable and they're not alone and that's okay to feel that way. But swimming is an essential skill to learn. And so we have to get through those things. And I think that the characters are really fun. So they help them with that. So we talked about JIT and then we've got, this is Freya. So this talks a little bit about changing of teachers. And so we have some staff turnover and that's just life. And there's always going to be change. They might have to switch classes because their schedule changes or the child's parents' schedule change. So she makes sure that everybody is chill and it's okay when change happens, and we have to take deep breaths and focus on the goals. We've got Sloan here who talks about attention span, because a lot of people come into our lessons and they're like, gosh, it's only 30 minutes, so why can't it be an hour? And, we've really done the research as well with the brand ambassadors on what a child's actual attention span is. And so it's really 3 to 5 minutes per year of age. And so, I think about my attention span.
Yeah.
And then you dumb it down to a child's attention span just isn't that long. And so 30 minutes seems to be the perfect amount. And then we've got Lulu.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about the octopus.
Lulu, yes, she's all about repetition and muscle memory. And that's how kids learn. And again, they helped us with just scientific evidence of that is how kids learn. And
Yeah.
I know it's boring sometimes for the parents to sit behind the glass and watch the same thing over and over. But it's just like when kids want to watch the same movie over and over and over. It's because they're learning and they're processing and they're building those new neural pathways. They all work together in the books and they go through things together and help each other out. And Bubbles is always there to support.
That's amazing. And what I like about this is that it was a creative, collaborative process, but with these experts from a different lens, right?
Yes.
A more clinical child development kind of lens.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that because it's coming from substance, right? It isn't just, make believe. There's some science behind here. How is that part of your brand story, the science piece?
Yeah, so we have something that we've created called the science of swim play. And so it really kind of marries all the things that we believe in, which is children learn through play. And we've used these brand ambassadors to help us really do the research behind this. But it's sort of a holistic approach to listen. We're teaching them skills in the water, but we're also teaching them skills out of the water, talking about the emotions and how to get over fears. And we just want to make it as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
That's how kids learn.
There's so much to build on with your brand story. I really find it inspiring. The characters and the books, and it's very instructional, but it's also, again, that layer of entertainment. Where is your brand going?
We're working with our teams, and our curriculum team will come up with an idea and then work with our marketing team.
Yeah.
They create something amazing, like a book and a bath book that, kids are using everywhere.
Well, I got to say, you guys have a wonderful marketing team. I've had a chance to interact with some of those folks, and they're super creative. You realize that later on sometimes when you're developing your brand. So you're in year 18. Imagine what your brand story will be in year 25, year 40, when there's a lot of heritage and you've impacted the lives of kids already and they're bringing their kids in. Yeah. We haven't gotten to that level yet, correct? Where they're bringing their kids back to Goldfish?
No, but we're at the point where they're starting to work at Goldfish. So they're instructors. Like some of our first students are now instructors, and it's really cool to see.
One of the things that I want to touch on is the Golden Experience, because I think the Golden Experience is obviously geared towards the members, but it really transcends that, right? So the brand experience also touches the culture, the team members, the vendors, right? Anybody that is working to help you build this and propel this forward is impacted by your brand. So tell me about how that Golden Experience is going to influence how you service all of these different audiences.
What you remember about something is the experience you had. And I was even talking with a friend that I grew up swimming with the other day, and we were at a swim meet watching our own kids swim now as parents. And we were like, I don't remember my times at these meets. I don't remember, certain specific things, but I remember the experience and how much fun I had with my friends and the hotel stay and, things like that. And so I think we all can relate to that the experience is so important. And that's why we make our facilities look like we do. And we work so hard on the curriculum to make it all make sense and bring in the science of swim play and train our instructors to know what to do. It's always been an important piece. And we hopefully carry that onto the corporate level and our franchisees, that they feel that we want everybody to be having a golden experience.
Yeah, it's almost like if it was a snack or an extension with the characteristics of the snack, it would be the golden flavor, right?
Yes.
The golden flavor and that wow factor.
Yes.
So I got to tell you, I want to let everybody know, please, what do you think about this wonderful brand story and all the elements that are being created? It really is a creative stream to be able to have such an impact at a corporation like this, to be able to showcase, storytelling, education, entertainment. It's really phenomenal what you guys have done. So leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. So Goldfish is on a growth track and they're expanding tremendously. You're in 34 states right now, and then you're expanding to California. I know that's a big initiative.
Yes.
You already operate there, but you have some locations brewing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's going to be a huge opportunity. So if anybody's interested in coming in either as a team member, as a franchisee, by all means, reach out. They'll be able to connect you with the right folks. I want to thank you so much, Jenny, for coming in and really showing us, the reason and the why of this beautiful brand that you guys created.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
It was great. Thank you. So if you're liking what you're seeing with Brand Stack, please, by all means, subscribe. Leave us comments. We'd love to hear your feedback. And who knows, maybe we'll go out to your company and do a brand snack episode to feature your brand story. We look forward to it.